locked in and getting locked down, this is when we need to look for adaptive sports to be able to fill that gap of that feeling of loss, that knot of loneliness. So this is how we'll be able to come back together. And with the adaptive community, it's important to get them back out and be able to do it. So, you know, another thing about adaptive sports is the equipment cost and finding a program, a team to play on. And one of the things people don't understand is, for each sport, I have a different wheelchair, a different piece of equipment, and every piece of equipment you're gonna find is, the bare minimum is like $2,500, and that is if you're at the bottom of the line of the equipment. So if you think about all the sports you want to do, think about all the sports you did as growing up as a kid. You were able to just go out and do it. You may need a different pair of tennis shoes or a baseball glove or something like that. Not a huge cost, but for the adaptive community, it's a huge cost and is a burden to put on people who already may not be able to get funding. But now we have places like RHI Sports who have the equipment, who have connections to find that equipment and be able to get it to the people who need it the most. And something along my journey that I've learned was, you know, growing up, when I went through sports, I had teams to play on. I had everyone, like when I went, my friends at school were my friends on the team. Your friends at school are the ones who are on the team you're playing on. And what I learned was, for a child with a disability, when they're going to school, it's not like every person at that school is looking down on them because they have a disability or they're different. So they'll have friends, but those friends go and play their sports, and now you have this kid getting left behind because they just can't go and play that same sport with their friends. And that's why all the youth teams at RHI now has given those children a place to go and feel like they're part of a team and find new friends and help them through the struggles of being a teenager, being in high school, growing up through all those hormones that are fun. And now you've got a support group for them. And the sports is what brings you together and gives you that common experience and allows them to create this community that if there's a question, they can hit up one of their friends on their wheelchair basketball team, on their wheelchair tennis team. Like they can hit them up and say, hey, I've been going through this right now. Have you experienced it? And they can help them through that. Something no one else can possibly understand. That is one of these side benefits of RHI Sports that is not spoken about enough, but is why it's a crucial mission to keep RHI Sports going in the future. And then I also want to talk about tonight is the funding of RHI Sport. It is 100% funded by people, by giving. The giving for RHI Sports needs to stay up right now during this hard time, because these other people are going to need it. And so that little bit, that Starbucks, your coffee in the morning, go to Kroger, buy a cheap can of coffee, make your coffee for the next month. Give that $20, $50, and then you can actually save someone's life with it and not just caffeinate your morning. Just give something so that RHI can keep giving back the sport, to keep it rolling, to keep everyone moving. And I want to thank everyone. Thank you.